Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my bookish life. Today I'm going to do the quarter year crisis book tag. So let's get to it. I didn't actually get tagged in this, but I thought it sounded so fun. I just decided I wanted to do it. So let's get to it. I already said that. The quarter year crisis tag is an original tag from Roisin at Roisin's Reading, and there are 9 questions. I just thought it would be a really great way to think about my year of reading so far, how it's going, how I feel about it, some of the goals that I made at the beginning of the year. I didn't actually make a goals video in January, but I did make some. So I thought it would be a good idea to actually look at them and think about them and reflect on them. So the first question is, how many books have you read so far? So as of March 31st, I have read 52 books. I read 18 in January, 14 in February, and 20 in March. Middle grade March really up to my numbers because middle grade books are a lot shorter. So question number 2 is, have you ever already found a book you think might be a 2022 favorite? And actually, I've read one in April that I think is going to be a contender for my 2022 top 10 middle grade. But that's not what this video is about. In February, I read The Edge of In Between by Lorelei Savaryn. Definitely going to be a contender for my top 10 of 2022. I have not stopped thinking about this book since I read it. A delightfully imaginative, fantastical retelling of The Secret Garden. It is absolutely heartwarming and tragic, and I just love it. This book doesn't actually come out until April 19th, but I'm on the street team for it. So I got to read it in February, and I have not stopped thinking about it since. So The Edge of In Between by Lorelei Savaryn is definitely a current contender for 2022 favorite middle grade. Next question. Any 1-star books / least favorite? I do not have any 1-star books. I tend to steer clear of books that I think I'm going to give 1 star to. However, my least favorite book this year so far has been Dead End in Norvelt by Jack Gantos. I was sadly disappointed by this book. I didn't understand how it was chosen as the Newbery winner for its year. I just did not connect with the story, and I was so mad at the end of it. I ranted about this for quite a bit in my March wrap up, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore. The next question is your most read genre so far, and contemporary realistic fiction, I have read 14. I have read 12 fantasy, and I've read 9 historical fiction. I am actually really surprised about 12 fantasy. Very certain that most of that fantasy is middle grade. I have read way more middle grade than any other audience this year as compared to last year. I am up to 17 for an adult audience, but I'm up to 28, 33 for middle grade audience and 2 YA in 3 months. So definitely there's a little bit of a skew in what genres I've read because of that. So a book that surprised me was Girl Waits with Gun by Amy Stewart. I had never heard of this book before. It was not on my radar. It was not something that I thought I wanted to read. It was in the mystery box that I got from my library when I signed up for a mystery book thing. And so I read it, and it was so good. I really, really liked it. It was definitely a surprise. It was definitely surprising to me that I connected with the book as much as I did. I really loved it. I loved all the rabbit holes it sent me down. I just really loved the characters, and it was really good. Definitely a book I would love to see as a movie. A book that came out or is coming out in 2022 that you've yet to read, and that is Finlay, Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. I cannot believe I haven't read this one yet, but I am very excited that I have it in my hands. I do own it. I picked it up in February when it came out. I just need to get on it and read it. The next question is one goal you're succeeding at. So a goal that I set for myself has to do not so much with reading, but with my channel, was that I wanted to publish 2 or more videos every month, which is not something that I did last year in my first year on Booktube. However, so far I have 6 videos in January, 5 in February, and 5 in March. I feel like in terms of the number of videos that I'm making, I'm doing pretty good. In terms of reading, a goal that I had was to read 24 nonfiction books. I am not quite as far as I would like to be in that, but I am picking up nonfiction a lot more readily than I would say I have in the past. So I'm still going to count that as a win and go from there. I have a list of 20 books that I want to get to in 2022, and I have read a decent number of them. So again, pretty excited with myself in terms of that goal. I've kept up with the Buzzwordathon and Read Your Bookshelves challenges, and that makes me really excited. Moving on to goals that I need to focus on more. One goal that I had is to read my book of the month backlog and my Kindle backlog. And I am not doing terribly great with those 2 goals. I have not read any book of the month books since January, and I've read 1 backlog Kindle book since January. And that's not great because I really, really want to read more. So that definitely is something that I noticed at the end of March, and I'm taking steps into doing that actually in April here. So, I mean, I'm really doing fine. It'll be fine. The last question is new to me booktubers that I would like to recommend. And I really thought a long time about this one, but there are 3 booktubers that I have really been enjoying their TBR games, and I really just wanted to shout them out for those. So Chelsea Zhao is the first one. She has this dice TBR game where she rolls this colored die, and her son is so adorable. He screams out which color is chosen, and each color means a different thing. And it's just so fun to watch because her son is just a little ball of energy and sunshine, and I just love it. So I definitely recommend that you check her channel out. From what I've noticed, we don't have a ton of overlap in our reading, but it's just, she has such a fun energy to watch, and I just think that's really fun. Another channel TBR that I found this year is Bright and Bookish. And Bright and Bookish actually plays a Dixit game, and it is fully interactive with the people that are watching, and it is so fun to try and figure out which books go with which card. It's so fun to watch. And then the last one that I found that I love their TBR game is Rainy Blue Reads. Her TBR is a Friends theme. It is so fun. So all of her TBR videos are called The One with My TBR, which just makes my friend's loving heart happy. She reads an eclectic group of books. Like, she's kind of all over the map in what she reads. Her analysis of the books that she reads are really interesting, and it's just really fun to watch. So that is another one that I found this year that I have been enjoying watching. So that's it. Those are the questions for the quarter year crisis book tag. Thank you, Roisin, for putting together this tag. It was a lot of fun just to think about all of these things and reflect back. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from me, please make sure that you are subscribed. I hope that you're finding something wonderful to read. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.